Hey guys, what's good with you? What's going on? Happy Monday, I believe it is Monday. Happy Monday, everybody. It's your girl, the Jackie Jackson, real estate coach and investor. And I'm just going live real quick. I'm talking about just a few points that will bring you massive success in your real estate investing career as a tax deed investor. So many of you know that the whole nation, the whole world knows that, the state of Florida, as well as other states, right? We just experienced a hurricane, right? Or a major tropical storm in some areas because the hurricane downgraded or maybe it upgraded depending on where you were. So when that happens, just like any other area, whether it's in the Northeast with the snowstorms that they have, whatever the region, the Midwest with tornadoes, out West, they have brush fires, forest fires, every region of our country has something, some type of climate or, adverse weather depending on the season. So what we're talking about right now is when investing in real estate contingent upon the season. Things do happen and we don't have any control over the weather, over the climate, right? So in Florida, we just experienced Hurricane Ian. Ian is his name. He was mean, y'all. So Hurricane Ian, not Ivan, Ian. And what that did as a tax deed investor, my students are tax deed investors, we had auctions that we were preparing to attend that were canceled, and rightfully so. It's kind of not the time to have a real estate auction when there's a hurricane. I mean, would you agree? Yes, of course. It's not the right time. But those tax deed auctions are not rescheduled indefinitely, right? So they're going to be scheduled again and they're going to come back around and you're going to be able to participate in them successfully. So what do you do when your auction is rescheduled? Like, first things first, all is not lost. That's the first thing. You got to get your mindset right, okay? So if an auction has been rescheduled or a property that you're interested in has been redeemed, all of those things, it's absolutely okay. You need to understand that no matter what the situation is, you always win. I tell my students that all the time, you always win. So if you go to an auction and somebody else is willing to pay more than you are willing to pay based on your budget, it's still a win. Why? Because you kept your money in your pocket and you can participate in that auction another day, okay? No loss is always going to be a win. But more importantly, now you actually have time. You have time to go back and do additional due diligence and more research. You have time to check out auctions in other states, properties that have been sold in other locations. You got time for that. Plus, you also now have time to take a look at the properties that did not sell at previous auctions, and those can be available to you on a first come, first served basis, contingent on the county and the inventory that they have. So I always encourage my students that even if you're not participating in a available auction or auction that is rescheduled, you can be, number one, marketing directly to those property owners that have delinquent real estate taxes. Why not, right? They're receiving communication already from the county. Why not yours? Introduce yourself and let them know that you're in the market for buying real estate, right? You may be able to negotiate a for sale by owner or some kind of creative deal directly with that owner. You don't have to wait until the auction. Food for thought, right? The other option for you is to check out the available properties that didn't sell at the previous auction. You would just communicate with that county and see what kind of inventory they have, and they call those lists of properties lands available for taxes. And most people misunderstand and believe that based off the name lands available that it's only land. Well, all real estate starts with just land, FYI. Even if you're sitting in your house like I am, I'm sitting in my office, it started with just land, FYI. But lands available doesn't mean that it's just land. It just, they call all real estate land, right? So regardless of the improvement, meaning what type of structure is on top of that land or the usage of that land, they call it all land. So the lands available for taxes is a great way for for investors to identify opportunities, or what I like to call diamond in the rough, right? So you get the list and you sort through it, you know, you find the properties that you like, the whatever fits your buying criteria, and then you just, you know, submit an inquiry directly to the county, and they'll let you know what is the total taxes in order to bring that property current and purchase it. And if you're in agreement, you send them a cashier's check, an official check, a money order, whatever their payment method is, and by God, they send you a deed in the mail. Oh, for real. Now you're like the new owner. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, no bank, no credit card, none of that stuff, you know, no credit, no qualifying, none of that. That's the reason why I absolutely love buying properties utilizing this strategy. It's amazing. And guess what you can do when you buy your property? Oh yeah, now you can sell it. Okay, let's talk about it. Let's talk about this money making opportunity. Okay, let's talk about this wealth generational stuff that we got going on, right? So when your auction is rescheduled and you're not having an auction, do not panic, okay? Work on your mindset, number one, that everything is available to you. Everything, even the things that you perceive as not being good, is good for you, right? Based off of your mindset and your perspective, right? So you just got to change the filter on your lens to see the positive opportunities in every situation and circumstance, right? So that's number one. Number two, you can create a marketing plan to communicate directly with those owners, because if the property has not gone to auction yet, that means they're still in possession of it, right? They still own it. So you can communicate directly with those delinquent owners and let them know that you are a real estate investor and you're interested in purchasing properties in their area. Hey, I saw your name, your property come up on a county list, and I didn't know if you had any plans on what you're gonna do with these properties, right? You don't wanna give your property to the county. I mean, come on, let's talk about it. Let's see if we can work something out that is in your favor. And a lot of times property owners are really willing to listen to what offers are available from real estate investors, because we can do some really creative things. And most times we are able to put more money in their pocket than if they just allow their property to go to auction. It's very, very risky for them to just allow their property to go to the auction and wait to see if there may be like some surplus monies that they can collect. 9 out of 10 times they don't collect and they lose out, right? They get nothing. And then the third is to look up all of the available properties. Utilize your time, your downtime, to look up properties that are available on the lands available list. Cool? And again, lands available is not just land, it's not vacant land or anything like that. That's just the name of it, but it's any and all properties that did not sell at the tax deed auction, and it's available on a first come, first served basis with the county of your choice, right? So some counties sell them, some counties don't, some counties have inventory for lands available, some don't, but it is ever evolving and changing as the auctions are scheduled from month to month, week to week, whatever the frequency is. So again, this is Jackie Jackson. I was just checking in with you guys on a quick live. I know it's spontaneous, but just dropping the gems, dropping the goodies, because you can't say I didn't tell you. I want you to be successful. I want you to be prosperous, and I want you to have everything in your life that you desire. Why? Because it's absolutely possible when you believe that it is possible, right? So go for it, you guys. Go for it. Don't let your fears rob you of your best life. Don't let your fears, that's a good one. Don't let your fears rob you of your best life. For real, because that's really where it all is, you know? Some people have fear of success. Some people have fear of failure, fear of saying no, fear of whatever, right? Normally that's the reasons that stops us from going forward and doing all the things that we know that we should do, because we're constantly thinking about like the what ifs. What if this happened? What if they say this? Da, 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 da. You know what that is? It's called fear. You know, and it's misplaced fear, okay? It's not real. It only exists here. It doesn't exist out here with the rest of us, especially between you and this fictional person or character that you're believing is in existence out here. They're not out here, right? It only exists in here. So just keep that in mind whenever you feel stopped, whenever you feel stuck it always is some kind of limiting belief that is part of your psychological, upbringing, that you literally need to crush it and remove it from its existence in your entire being. All right. Love you guys. Hey. Just shouting out everybody. It's really awesome to be with you guys. Now, somebody wants to say hello to me. All right, let's see what's going on. Let me click on it. This is one of the first things that I've ever done. Let me see. I wants to join my broadcast. All right. Well, let's see. Carlos, if you act crazy, I swear to God, I'm going to delete you. So I'm adding you, Carlos. You better act good. You better act right. All right. So you're joining my live. Let's see how this works out. It's the first time that I have accepted an invitation. Oh, he declined. Oh, you declined. Carlos, you declined. I accepted you and now you declined it. You don't want to go live? That's hilarious. All right. Anyway, so I ain't scared. All right. I don't scare nobody. So you want to go live with me? As a matter of fact, that's actually kind of cool. Anybody wants to go live with me? Y'all want to go live? Just send me an invitation. Let me see what's good with y'all. You want to ask some questions? Let's get some live Q&A going on here. I have a few minutes and then I am ghost, you guys. So I have a few minutes and then I'm out of here. I got some errands to run and some properties to take a look at, just like a good investor should. So let's see. I don't know. Let's see. Bring them on. Lana, you trying to get on with me? Let me see. If they accept, you join. Let me see. Does anybody want to come on? Let's come on. Let's see what's going on here. No, now y'all silent. Everybody quiet now. Anyway, it's all good. Still love you guys. All right. So again, take heed on the three tips that I gave you guys. Mindset, number one. Number two, remember, you always win. So that's actually still part of number one. You always win. Number two, keep your due diligence. Make sure you're doing all of your research. You got time now. So if the auction is rescheduled, you got time, right? You always keep your money. And then number three, take a look at the properties that did not sell at the previous auctions, because there could be opportunities right there that you can take advantage of that are available to you from the county on a first come, first serve basis. All right. Love you guys. Talk to y'all later. All right. Bye.